This is KSN News at 10.
It could be the most contentious issue lawmakers in Washington and Topeka deal with this year. And tonight, immigration reform takes center stage. Good evening, everyone. I'm Stephanie Bergman. On Capitol Hill, there is growing bipartisan support to provide a pathway to citizenship for millions of illegal immigrants. But here in Kansas, the Secretary of State is proposing a crackdown. Justin Kramer has both sides in this KSN News Extra.
Each weighs as much as 20 porcupines.
Okay, so I'd put 20 times 30.
Elvia Urbina helps her 9-year-old sister Guadalupe with her math homework. Guadalupe is an American citizen. Elvia is not. The 25-year-old was brought to the U.S. when she was just 4 years old.
This is my home. I don't know Mexico. I don't remember Mexico.
The question lawmakers in both D.C. and Topeka are dealing with is what to do with families like Elvia's. Some are saying it's time to draft laws that won't break up her family. Others say she should pack her bags and self-deport.
Her whole family should go back.
In Washington, some Republican leaders, like Senators John McCain from Arizona and Mark Rubio from Florida, are now backing a pathway to citizenship for illegal immigrants.
Arizona, Alabama, Mississippi, and South Carolina.
But here in Kansas, Secretary of State Kris Kobach wants stricter laws passed to let illegal immigrants know they're not welcome here.
We've seen that states that do take a variety of action to discourage illegal immigration, they succeed in deterring people from breaking the law.
Secretary of State Kris Kobach has presented this list to state lawmakers here in Topeka of more than a dozen laws he'd like to see passed to discourage illegal immigration here in Kansas.
When you make available the vast, generous federal welfare state, the American taxpayer pays the bill.
Kobach, who penned some of Arizona and Alabama's controversial anti-immigration laws, wants those laws passed in his home state, including a bill that would force police to check the immigration statuses of anyone they have reasonable suspicion may be here illegally.
Officer just picks up the 24/7 hotline, calls the feds, gets an answer.
Kobach claims immigration reform that would provide amnesty to the 11 million people here illegally could cost the country more than $3 trillion over the next 10 years. And while it has bipartisan support in the U.S. Senate, Kobach expects it would fail in the Republican-controlled House.
They promised their constituents that they were going to oppose any amnesty, and I believe they'll hold true to their promises.
Elvia doesn't have to fear deportation now after an executive order from President Obama halting deportations of illegal immigrants brought here as children. But the order didn't stop her family from being shattered over the summer. And her father was deported after more than 20 years in the States.
It feels like America and people that don't understand are like kind of stabbing you in the back.
I don't think that person has any basis for griping when we've given them a free public education courtesy of the American taxpayer, and we're just simply saying, now would you please follow our law now that you're an adult?
Kobach says he would back one change in federal law that would allow illegal immigrants brought here as kids to be bumped to the front of the legal immigration line once they return to Mexico.
So 7 times, how many circles do you have?
But for Elvia, Mexico is a foreign land, and after a lifetime in Kansas, she doesn't want to go anywhere.
We are regular people that are just trying to live the American dream just like anybody else out here.
Justin Kramer, KSN News.
One bill that Kobach supports has already been proposed in Topeka. It would take away in-state tuition rates to college for illegal immigrants who graduated high school in Kansas. The U.S. Senate's new immigration proposal is expected next month.